Welcome to this week's What Sold video. Hi, I'm Katie and I sell part-time on Poshmark and eBay. When my kids are at school, a few times a week I go thrifting. I list the cool things I find online. And then every week I share with you here on YouTube what sold. I also share thrift hauls of what I'm picking up every week. If you're interested in those, feel free to subscribe and let's jump into it. So this week I had a pretty good week. As I'm filming it, my week ended yesterday. So I have February 17th through the 23rd as my sales week. I had 17 total sales, and in a shocking turn of events, I had some Poshmark sales, which is amazing. I went like 3 weeks at least without a Poshmark sale. So my total item sales amount was $718.50. I charge calculated shipping on my eBay orders, so I usually don't make any money. I think I did make a couple dollars on one order, so I'll share that with you when we get there. And then Poshmark, they take care of the shipping. It's $6.49 flat rate for the buyer, so I don't have to deal with that, and it's fantastic. My cost of goods, or the amount that I paid for all the items that I'm sharing with you today, is $136.34. And my total profit after I paid eBay and Posh all the fees and I got my cost of goods returned to me is $452.45. This was actually the best week I've ever had. And for resellers, you know, this might not seem like that much, or it might seem like a lot, but for me, this was a lot. It was a great week. And I ended my week really slowly. On Sunday, I had one sale, and then yesterday, Monday, I had no sales. So to make that much in like basically 5 days was great. Saturday was poppin'. I had 6 sales. Let's get into what did sell. Okay, so my first sale of the week was actually on Poshmark last week, and it's this North Face women's Windwall full zip soft shell jacket. It had like the softest interior fleece. It was in excellent condition. I had it listed for $70 on Posh and I received an offer for $50. I have this in a thrift haul from 2 weeks ago. So if you want to go back and look at those, I've been selling a lot of the goodies that I've been picking up in the last couple weeks. So I paid $9.99 for this. So I was happy to accept $50. I did get a 5-star rating on this, which is great. And I made a total profit of $30.01 after Posh took their 20%, and it sold in 15 days. The rain gear is starting to sell, so make sure you're listing it if you have it. Next is an eBay sale. This I picked up like a month ago. It's a Terry women's extra large cycling jersey. It had this cute like chain print, like cycling chains. And it was a half zip. It had the pockets in the back so you can like stow your things while you're cycling. I like picking up these types of items because people are looking for these for the specific activities that they do, and they're generally really expensive. This shirt, I had it in a thrift haul, and I think I said that it was between $80 and $90 retail. So I had it listed for $30. It was in really good condition, and someone came out and they paid $30 on eBay, which was fantastic. I paid $6.99 for it from Goodwill, and it did come up from a promoted sale. So I made $16.60 after the promoted fee was taken out and the regular fees were taken out also. And that took 56 days to sell. So I guess it was in a thrift haul a couple months ago. In terms of promoted sales, I had 5 promoted sales. And most of the items that were not promoted sales, I have listed in the last like 40 days or so, and I do not have those promoted. Also, I decided that I was going to add no returns onto the items that I've been listing lately to see how it goes. And so far it's going pretty well. We made it through the week with no returns, so that's great. Next up is a pair of Nike men's Pegasus 41 running shoes. They were in a black and white color. I actually got these from my brother. He was visiting, and he brought us some things because he's moving that he didn't want anymore. So my husband got some new golf shorts, and my brother gave me these shoes. They didn't fit my husband, so I decided to list them. They were unworn, but I put them as pre-owned excellent just because they maybe had like a couple little scuffs, probably from storage, but they were unworn. My brother said he never wore them. I listed them for $65, and there's some Nike men's running shoes that can do really well, and this is one of them. It has a 75% sell-through rate. I got 2 offers. One was for $50 and I countered at $55, and then another was at $45 and I countered at $55, kind of left it up to them. The buyer at $50 did come up to $55. So they sold in 3 days for $55. I had nothing into them, thank you to my brother. So I made $45.99, and these were on eBay. I did send my brother $10 as a thank you. So thanks, bro. Next up was a Poshmark sale. I picked up this Armani at Goodwill, and it is in a thrift haul from last month. Yeah, last month. And it turns out that it was a men's cardigan, button up, really nice, 100% merino wool. It had a small flaw near the pocket, so I did list it for $65. It looked like comps on eBay were between $60 and $75. I decided I would throw it up on Poshmark and see what happened. And I got an offer on it really quickly. So I don't think that the days listed is actually accurate on here, because I had it on eBay longer than I had it on Poshmark. But someone came out and they offered me $54 for it. I had it listed for $65, I believe. And I paid $12.99 for it at Goodwill, which was an excellent price. This is Armani Collezione, which is below like Giorgio Armani, but above Armani Exchange. So really nice. It was an oversized type cardigan, so I think it will look really nice on whoever's wearing it. I think a man did buy it, but I think that you could wear it unisex. I made $30.21 on Posh in 21 days, so that was really great. I think I actually only had this on Posh for like a week or so though. Next up is a Free People piece that was definitely in my thrift haul from last week. I think this was in my very most recent thrift haul, and I had it listed for $65. This is the Free People movement size small Quinn quilted puffer vest. I couldn't find the exact color, so I put mushroom, taupe, brown, because it was all the things. And the color mushroom seems to be high demand right now. People are looking for it for this like neutral, earthy type aesthetic. And this is for sure a bolo in Free People movement. So if you can find this, I would say pick it up. I paid $9.99 for it from Goodwill, and I had actually picked up a pink one also the week before in a thrift haul, and I sent out an offer for $58.50 on eBay, and the buyer accepted. So that was fantastic. I ended up making $41.99 off of this item. I had it listed at £1 for shipping, and it came in under £1. So I did make $2 additionally off of the shipping for this. I made $41.99 in 2 days. This was an awesome pickup. So be on the lookout for this Quinn quilted vest. Next, I sold an Athleta swim top. I've had this one since summer, August. I went to a half-price Goodwill sale with my kiddos before they went to school. We didn't thrift all summer, and then I was like, you guys, we gotta go to this sale so I can load up on some goodies. And we did in just an hour. We picked up probably 15 items to 20 items that I have listed. I had this one at $30. It's the shirred bra bikini top. I did put the style number so that if somebody's looking for this exact thing, they could find it. I got an offer for, I think, 17, and then I countered probably at 22, and then they came back at 20, and I just decided to accept. I had $3 into it, which was the half price at Goodwill. It did sell promoted for 85 cents in additional fees. I made $12.99 in 191 days. Swim is selling. It's that weird in-between season where the stores don't really have it out yet, but people need it for their vacations that they're going on in the winter to get away from the cold. So if you have swim, is it selling for you right now? This seems to be like the best time, which is strange for swim to sell for me. So I'd like to know how it's doing for you. But make sure you're picking it up, because usually it's on sale right now because the thrift stores are like, it's not warm enough for people to be swimming. Next, I sold a pair of Athleta pants. Athleta was selling this week. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I absolutely love it because I've been picking it up a lot lately. This is a size of medium Venice high-rise wide leg pants. They were in black and I had them listed for $45 and I received an offer for $38 that I accepted. I think I had, let's look at what I did have. I had $9.99 into these pants from Goodwill. They were in excellent condition and I made $21.51 off of these in 17 days of being listed. This style is really popular. I sold another pair coming up. Next, I sold a belt. This was like one of the coolest belts I've ever seen. I was calling it my Game of Thrones belt at home, but it's really, this brand is Susie Roher, and she's a popular Canadian belt designer. And these retail for Canadian about $250 to $280, which is about $180 US. So I picked this up for $2.99 at my local thrift store. Because it's not leather, it was $2.99. Otherwise, it would be $5.99 if it was a leather belt. And the buckle on this was so cool. I had to pick it up. It's a 4-inch buckle. And I had it listed for $80 to see how it would do because I have not seen anything like this at the thrift store before. As you continue thrifting, you realize when you come across something that you haven't seen before. So weird sells, like so many resellers say, and I would say that this is weird, and it did sell. I got an offer for $68 for it, and I snatched that up. I think they got a good deal on it, and it is actually like the coolest thing ever. I made $55.78. This did not sell promoted. 129 days listed. So in that time, nobody clicked on the promoted listing, which is very surprising to me. Back over to Poshmark, I sold this Miss Me pair of jeans. This is the high-rise super flare blue denim floral paisley jean. These are so cool. I paid $12.99 for these at Goodwill, and they were just so cool. I could see someone wearing them to a rodeo or a festival, or just like, if you're just a cool person and you want to wear the paisley, this was for you. So I had them on eBay, and then I decided to put them up on Poshmark. So I think the days to sold is actually off on this one too. These, I went back and forth with the buyer on. I think they first came in at like $26, and I declined a couple times, and then we just went back and forth a lot of times. I don't know if there's a max amount that you can go back and forth on Poshmark. I was waiting for us to hit it, but we didn't. They ended up coming up to $48. I think I had them listed for $65. So I decided to accept, and I made $25.41 off of those on Poshmark. The 20% fee was $9.60. So that's kind of a lot, but I got my free packing supplies, which is fantastic. So I put them in like a really nice paper mailer, got those shipped off. They sold in 67 days, so pretty good. Another Posh sale. This is another pair of those Athleta Venice high-rise wide leg pants. These were in a medium petite, and they had cargo pockets on the side. So they were a little bit different of a style. I had them listed at $40, and I ended up getting, no, I had them listed for $50. And I got an offer for $40. Yes, that's right. I got an offer for $40. It shows you what it's sold for on Poshmark, and on eBay, it shows what you listed it for. So sorry, that confused me a little. I paid $8.99 for these at the standard price thrift store, where at the time, all pants were $8.99. Now pants are $7 and jeans are $8.99. So we'll see how that goes for me moving forward. I made $23.01 off of these in 65 days. So I cross-listed these after probably a month after being on eBay. So these sold pretty quickly too. I think they took just about a month on Posh. Some things sell better on Poshmark than on eBay. I'm finding that like Athleta, Lululemon, and like more of the active stuff sells better on Poshmark for me. Next up, I had a full price Lululemon sale, which is like hallelujah, because I paid up for these, and I'm not doing it anymore. But I did, and it kind of worked out for me. So, ooh, this is the Lululemon women's size 6 speed up short. They're the high rise, lined short 2.5-inch inseam on these, and they were in excellent condition. So I did pay $14.99 for these from Goodwill. Eek! I made $18.35 off of them because somebody paid $40, which is great. I think they retail for maybe 68 to 78. So people are still getting a good deal. They really did look pretty unworn. So that was great. And they sold in 43 days. But I am stopping paying up for Lululemon because I have to stop. Next up is a Patagonia women's capeline, just a base layer pullover. It was hooded. It had this really nice Save Our Home Planet graphic on the back. I had it listed at 30. I would have listed it higher for about 40. It retails for about 65 to 70. But it did have a small flaw to the underarm. It had a little bit of pulling at the seams, so I made sure to take a close-up photo of that. I have flaw in all caps in my title. And when I received an offer, I received an offer for 20 and I countered at 25 just because it still was a really nice piece. And they accepted 25 bucks. I had $9.99 into it, which is way too much to pay for something that's flawed, but I didn't know it was flawed until I was examining it closely, because I look at every seam on every piece of clothing that I bring in and list before listing it, and then I take photos accordingly. So I made $9.38. It sold promoted, so I paid $1 in promoted fees. And it sold in 42 days. So another quick sale under 90 days for me, I feel like is really good. So we've been doing pretty good with that. A few more sales here, like 5. We'll try to go quick. This is a Madewell selling. Madewell 29 waist, 10-inch high-rise skinny jean. They were a tensile blend, so super soft and stretchy. I had them listed at $45. I got these over the summer from my standard price thrift store. They had gotten a ton of jeans in, so they were running a sale, and it was like a buy one, get one free or a buy one, get one half off. And I have $4.49 into these jeans. I got an offer for $39, which I accepted because skinny jeans, even though they retail for about $138, these were from, I think, 2016. So they were a little bit older, but they were new. So I was happy to accept that, especially with my low cost of goods. I made $27.99 in 184 days, and these did not sell promoted. So no promoted clicks in 184 days. So someone was looking for this. Next, I sold these Torrid leggings that I picked up. I got these new in the package for $4.99 from Goodwill, and I picked them up because they had this cool skull print. And I know in Torrid, that can be a desirable print for people. And size 3 and 4 generally sells the best for me. So I was willing to pay $5, hoping to get 20. Somebody came out and they paid 20 bucks for it, which is fantastic. I made $10.93 in just 3 days. This was a super easy listing because it was in the package and it has all the measurements right on the packaging. So I took 5 pictures. Normally I take like 15 to 24. So that was really easy, and I would definitely pick those up again. Next up on Posh, we have another Free People Quinn quilted puffer vest in bubblegum green. This one sold on Poshmark. I had it listed at 70, and somebody came out and they offered me 55. I countered at 60 and they accepted. So that was fantastic. I paid $7.99 for this one. So I paid $9.99 for the other, $7.99 for this one. It was in good condition, no stains, rips, or anything. So cute. And I made, what did I make? $40.01 on Posh in 10 days of that one being listed. So I listed that one on eBay and Poshmark at the same time. So pick up this style if you can find it. I hadn't found it before, and then bam, bam, I found it 2 times within a week of each other. 2 more sales. Another Madewell sale on Poshmark. This is the size 27 curvy 90s straight jean in rondelle wash. It had like a little bit of distressing to it. I had it listed for 40 on Poshmark and eBay, and somebody came and offered me 30 on Posh. I decided to counter at 35. And they accepted. I got really lucky on Poshmark with the counters this week. I had $8.99 into these from the standard price thrift store, and I made $19.01 in 44 days. So this style, the 90s straight, seems to do pretty well in Madewell. So if you can get it, maybe at the bins, you're paying like $3 or $4 for it. You can get 35 on Posh. I was happy to make my $19 though. My last sale of the week came on Sunday, and it's this RipSkirt Hawaii. It was a limited edition print called Happy Blues, and it was a length 3. So they come in different lengths, 1, 2, 3, I think 3.5 also. And this one had pockets. It was a longer length, so it came below the knees, and it was new with tags. It had a couple imperfections, so I have new with imperfections. There was a couple of pen marks on the interior, so I make sure to check the interior of my items also. And I had it listed for $45. Someone came out and they offered me $38. I paid $6.99 at Goodwill for this. I always say if I end up in the skirt section, then the thrifting is rough. And it was like that this day, but I was so lucky to come across this RipSkirt new with tags. So it can be worth, skimming through the skirt section to find some really quality items that people are looking for. So you'd wear this like on the beach. It has Velcro. You can't say Velcro on eBay, but it has Velcro. So it just like opens right up and it's adjustable. There's different Velcro across the waistband so you can, size adjust. But this did size to be extra large. Okay. Those are my sales. This sold in 162 days, if I didn't say that. And it did sell promoted. So I paid $1.40 in fees additionally. I made $23.28 after all was said and done. I had a really good sales week. Thanks so much for joining me for this What Sold video. Come back next time for a thrift haul. Bye.